Hi, in this video on the robotic hand I will focus on relocation of the controller, compressor and the tubes. The tubes will be getting more length, since which is possible now because I have received new tubes, or actually one large tube which I have to cut in two pieces, including more T-pieces to connect the existing tubes with the new ones, and stops which will be put on the T-pieces to prevent air from escaping. So that is what will happen. So let's start. And the first small step was to replace the sellotape I previously used for the two new valves, and I wrapped sellotape around this combination completely, but now I replace it with double-sided adhesive, which you can see as a small white strip between the valve and the red plate. I hope you can see it. And that makes me think, because with these notches I can very easily attach them to this bottom plate. And the plate on which the arm is based doesn't have these openings you can see here, and these openings are very suitable to put everything on its place. So it is better to keep everything on here and replaced, and put the whole thing on the plate where the bottom of the arm is located, because these are all other ways you can put a notch in there, but it is a long way to shift everything. And if I put this whole combination on there, it is much easier. So I do have to connect the new tube with the existing ones, and I have to probably not replace but connect other wires to the existing ones, but I won't detach the parts from this plate. So let's see how that works out. And a nice way to guide the tubes to through the arm or along the arm is to put the tubes through holes in this plate, and then right through the arm, so they can't be touched or damaged, which is much safer, of course. And now I have also disconnected the controller and compressor electrically from the arm. As you can see, the wires are disconnected, and then it turns out that the board has insufficient space to be put on the plate. Of course, I can move the base of the arm more to the left, but the central place is nice for stability. So a new option is to not fix the board to the arm base plate. So let's keep it this way for now, and let's try to reconnect everything. And I just completed the electrically rewiring. So as you can see, the wire for the thumb is running through a hole, as do the wires from the other fingers. It goes through the arm right down to the base and then to the controller. And I had to do some improvisation because let me get it out, because of some short wires I had to use several short wires to complete the distance. I hope you can see it. And down here are some other wire-to-wire connections. Anyway, next step is connecting the new tubes. And for the first tube connection, I take the shortest, which is from the thumb, and with the T-piece and the stop in place, I have measured 60 centimeters, and that is a very tight fit to the valve. And if I turn the arm around, that might just work. And the biggest test is always for the shortest, so I think that this will work for the rest of the valves and tubes as well. So I'm going to connect this one and see what happens. And then the tube job is done, with all tubes and T-pieces and stops put away inside the arm, and all tubes connected to the respective valves so that it can turn around nicely. And then you find out that two electrical wires are a little bit too tight, so I can only turn the arm around like this, and you see that these wires are barely long enough for a 90-degree turn. So I probably have to put some extra short wires in there, or I have to make longer wires. Fortunately, I have some spares to make wire. Anyway, this is the reconstruction and the relocation of the arm with the compressor and its controller. And of course, to verify that everything is working properly, I should do a short demonstration. So let's get that started. So it's time for a little demonstration. And it starts right away, which didn't used to happen. And what also happens is that one finger starts to move spontaneously, well, according to the wiring. So let's see what happens with other fingers. So apparently it's not quite alright what happens, and why the third finger is moving directly without changing the code, maybe due to rewiring somehow, but this shows that no matter how careful you are to rewire and to reconnect tubes, something can always go wrong. So I'll have to check out why this happens. But the relocation and adapting the wires and the tubes went well, apart from apparently reconnecting something. So I think that ends this piece of work, or this task, and we'll see what next ideas may be. It could be replacing the fixed elbow by a moving elbow, so the arm can bend. That would be a nice idea. But let's fix this apparent faulty connection first, and then we'll see. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and to be continued.